LSMark is a commentary/review channel, and recently he made a video about the YouTube channel Game Grumps. I found a lot of his views and stances on things to be fairly reasonable, although there were things here and there that I want to nitpick about. I would put it as a comment on his video, but all the fucking views, baby! Before I go on about anything, I'm not a part of the lovelies or whatever they're called. I'm not even particularly interested in the Game Grumps channel. I'm more interested in the people that run it. A lot of this is actually correcting possibly false information and things that I found kind of stupid.
Game Grumps never really had any humble beginnings. It was started by Aaron Hansen, after YouTube changed the algorithm to be less favourable to animators. And being a popular animator at the time, he had to switch genres. And since he was a big gamer, and some of his most popular videos like the Awesome series and Sequelitis were about video games, he became a Let's Player. Is what you probably heard from YouTuber Foot of a Ferret. Technically, the origins of Game Grumps started back in 2011, as seen in an archive stream.
Yeah, I think we might do another live stream. Jontron and I, we're writing something together.
Looking more into it, Game Grumps actually began because Aaron and John got into a heated debate about whether or not Wolf was a clone of Fox in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, when a friend said they should stop being so grumpy about the game. Then there's another tale about Aaron suggesting to John that they make a podcast called Game Grumps, but instead the idea transformed into the gaming channel, Game Grumps. This is actually corroborated on Ross on an episode of Before the Grumps.
Yeah, we got married around then. So Game Grumps had been going for
and you were around for that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in America since 2011. I was around when Game Grumps started.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, like, here's the thing.
In the room.
Yeah, people don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but when Game Grumps started, and I mean started, there's two different stories of how Game Grumps started. I was there for both of them. One was Aaron and John on the couch trying to do his Nuts and Bolts episode, and they said, we should do a podcast. I was there for that. The second one was they got in the argument about Wolf being a clone of Fox
in Smash Bros.
Yeah, and it was me, Zan, Aaron, and John all Zan was sitting on Aaron's computer chair, but they got in this fight, and we just sat there, and I think I was on Aaron's side. I didn't side with John on that.
Granted, it very well likely is in part with the algorithm screwing animators over.
But the tidbit about him being an animator is useless now, considering how he rebranded himself away from Egoraptor and is now just Aaron Hansen, voice actor and Game Grumps co-creator.
Well, looking at it, it makes perfect sense for Aaron to rebrand himself to be more aligned with what he does the majority of the time, which is voice work. Passions change over time, and Aaron seems to have found a stronger passion for voice acting compared to animating.
Shortly after his departure, John was replaced with Dan Avidan, who makes comedic music videos with his friend Brian Weck. I don't want to go more into the replacement, however, it is odd that John was replaced so quickly, as if they were planning for John to leave even before that.
It just looks odd from the outside. Well, internally it was probably planned for days, weeks, or even months. In the Barry Interviews Ross episode of Before the Grumps, this was actually said. It's nothing too, groundbreaking, just take it as food for thought.
Why Dan? Why'd you think of Dan as being your co-host in those
Well, do you
initial
want to know the
stages?
honest answer?
Sure.
When I told Aaron, I was like, I want to do this show, but I don't know who I'm going to do it with. You know what he said to me? He said, you should do it with Dan, because if John ever left the show, he'd be my first pick.
No shit.
If John was ever too sick or too whatever to do it, his stand-in would be Dan. That's what he told me. And I was like, I really love NSP. I'm the one that showed NSP to Aaron.
Game Grumps is no longer just a YouTube channel. It's a brand. T-shirts, mugs, shitty blind boxes, stickers. You can now pay money to watch them play video games on a stage. This is how far Let's Plays have come.
You mean like a regular YouTube channel? Are you really trying to say that YouTubers having merch is a bad thing? The live shows are a bit silly, sure, but there are so many creators with some form of branded merch that it's unfair to say that Game Grumps having branded merch is a bad thing.
Aaron and Dan even got starring roles in a YouTube Red series. And well, it was about as good as most YouTube Red series. And by that I mean not good, quite awful as a matter of fact.
I improved a lot as an actor.
You're a dick.
We'll get sponsors.
You're a dick.
Good one.
You're a good one.
That's what your mom said.
Well, you're stupid for believing her. My mom overpraises. Her compliments mean nothing.
I improved a lot as an actor.
Really? What? You want to get some drinks?
I improved a lot as an actor.
It's not entirely fair to pin the writing of the character on Aaron. He's just portraying what's written. That's entirely on the scriptwriter. Besides, it's not entirely fair to judge a person's acting for an entire series when you only show clips from the first episode.
And searching for new markets without changing the actual product, like advertising their streams as games to relax/study to, even though literally any one of their videos can be used for those reasons.
This is a blatant and obvious reference to the 24-hour lo-fi hip-hop music streams beats to study and relax to. Whether Mark forgot about this or not, I really can't tell.
There are still many people who consider the time John was on the show as the golden era, and would like to see him make a guest appearance for an episode or two. I wonder how Aaron and Dan feel about that.
I'm just wondering if you guys ever thought of doing
joint video of you two guys along with, let's say, somebody named John Jafari, otherwise known as John John. Whether or not it's going to happen, I really can't. I would say there were recent events that pushed it towards the not. Yeah.
So, because John said some questionable stuff on a livestream which he has since apologized for many times and clarifies he doesn't actually think that stuff, you won't let him on your show where you play games and tell dick jokes. Bravo, Aaron and Dan. We don't need John ruining the artistic integrity of the Game Grumps. Oh, but what's this? Can you reach into my pocket, please?
I'm still trying to think of the most racist thing I've ever done. There's got to be something. Okay. We were.
You dropped someone off who was black. You had to say like nigger like 30 times.
Oh, yeah.
To get out your system.
I remember when people got in an uproar about what John said, but I don't remember too many people remembering these wonderful quotes. Keeping in mind this subtle racism extended to Susie's Twitter, where she said, "I'm sorry, but I've had nothing but bad situations with black people all week. Is it just the culture?" Yeah, I think John should stay away from these racists.
Opinions and beliefs can change over time. The stuff Mark is referencing is nearly a decade old. People are allowed to not associate with people if they don't want to. John doesn't seem too hurt about it, so why should it matter? Overall, I think a lot of his opinions are okay, since a lot of them are actually subjective. I feel like these were some of the weaker points in his video, though. To be honest, his video is more his own problems with Aaron, comparatively to his problems with Game Grumps, since he spends basically 98% of the video talking about Aaron over Game Grumps as a whole. Anyways, social media is in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios!
I should make them say, oh my God, hey, I ain't done shit all my life. Hey, I'm about to spend about 5. Hey, I'm about to spend all this money. Oh my God, hey, I ain't done shit all my life. Hey, I'm about to spend